Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to JLABTV. I am JLAB and this is Football Manager 2021, the Youth Academy Challenge with Siena. And we're looking at this first and foremost because we've made an adjustment to our affiliate link with CSKA Sofia. And now CSKA Sofia may send Academy players that train at Siena to gain experience. Siena may benefit with some of these talents coming through their youth team ranks, which is very big for me because it now means we're going to get some very good Bulgarian players who could be some of the best you'll ever see, potentially. Given our facilities and given the quality of recruitment we have at this point, and the fact we brought Landy through our youth ranks at all, this could be huge, especially if we get a Bulgarian who could be very good. Claudio Polino is a player that is a very big example of this. Yes, he's inconsistent and he's got low determination, but his potential is kind of impressive. And given that we've got Landy here, it means that he could potentially be as good as Landy currently is, or even better. Who knows? Either way though, I hope you guys have enjoyed this kind of videos. Hope you guys like and share these videos, and that you will subscribe to my channel. It really does help me out a lot. We've had a few games for the last minute. Shall we go over them? The first game we had was a game away from home against Roma, and we won this game by 2-0. Brazzoni takes advantage of his cross, and well, Oliver takes the master to keep him making a mistake to make it 1-0. And the second goal was just really good. Conte plays the fast Oliver, who gets a 1-2 when Mepale, and Oliver finds back on the net to make it 2-0 with this effort. We beat Roma for the 4th straight time, and we seem to have Roma's number at the moment, and we went to the 2 wingers option, and it worked quite nicely. Conte and Basante were the only 2 players to really disappoint in the starting lineup, but honestly, beating Roma makes me feel very happy inside. Also, picking area was a bit terrible, but that's just not the point. A good game for us, a 2-0 win against Roma, 3 points against a team that we honestly weren't sure we could beat. So, what does that leave us for the next couple of games? So the next game we had was against Sampdoria, which we won by 3-2, but we went 3-0 up very early on. Rossi scored his first ever goal with that effort, and I was very happy about that. Mepale finds Landy, who scores his second league goal with that header, 2-0, and then in the 66th minute of the game, we're 3-0 up. Malika plays it back to Conte, who plays that kind of ball to Mepale, who scores to make it 3-0. I'm thinking, this is easy. I make a few changes, and I say changes in personnel, maybe a few tactical adjustments. We could see 2 goals, and they missed a penalty. I am so grateful we did not throw away a 3-0 lead, but I was terrified we were about to do so, especially when this goes in and Gomez has scored 2 goals against us. And I'm going to be completely honest with you, I was absolutely terrified when I had a penalty in the 86th minute of the game. Admittedly, that was 3 minutes before their second goal, but even so, this penalty made me terrified because I thought, oh, we're going to concede here, we're going to concede. But no, Basilico saves it. Basilico, this season, has become a god in the sticks when it comes to penalties. He's saved 3 penalties so far, and you're going to see the next one in the next match coming up. We're watching this bit of the highlight coming up now because, well, I wanted to show you what exactly happened after that penalty was saved, and we get a throw from that. So, good play from Mepale there. Either way, though, they had 13 shots to our 10. They had an XG of 2.77 to our 1. I don't know about you, but that is pretty bad given that we were in very good control and 3-0 up inside 66 minutes. How on earth we let it slip after we were 3-0 up and then it was 3-1? I do not know, but I'm disappointed with the fact that they were allowed so many chances afterwards, and they were, well, bad at taking them. Gomez was the only player that really did well for them, and that's concerning because we could have had a hat-trick scored against us again. Thank God we beat Sampdoria after they beat us many times in the past now. The next game we had was against Inter Milan, which we won by 4-2, but we were 1-0 up inside 10 minutes after Mepale scored with this effort, a very powerful hard driver, 1-0. And then it's 2-0 after Brazzoni scores his free kick. A bit questionable with the goalkeeping, but it's 2-0 inside 29 minutes. I'm thinking, this is unbelievable. How are we doing this? Unfortunately for us, Inter decided to come back to life, and Diamante scores that effort to make it 2-1. Then they score this equaliser in the 50th minute of the game, and they also missed a penalty, so there you go. Unfortunately for us, Conte makes that mistake just a few minutes later, and in a matter of 2 minutes, Diamante makes it 3-2, and it's, well, they've come from behind to make it 3-2, and they scored late on in the 77th minute of the game from the corner to make it 4-2, and my mind is thinking, wow, we've really blown this so badly, haven't we? And yes, this penalty was the Diamante penalty, and this penalty save might be even better than the last one, which is saying a lot, because, well, it was that good of a penalty save. Honestly, I don't know what Basilica's doing and what he's eating, but the fact he has saved 3 penalties out of 3 this season is kind of remarkable, and I don't know how to feel about it. One, I don't like the fact we're conceding so many penalties. But 2, he's been forced to be in that situation where he's had to make penalty saves, and he's actually saving them, which is also remarkable in itself. Unfortunately for us, Inter were the better team in this game. They had twice as many shots on goal and on target, so a bit frustrating. But again, we did ourselves justice, and we definitely gave ourselves a good account of ourselves, at least anyway with the fact we were 2-0 up. It's just a shame that Inter decided to turn up in the second half, and yeah, those goals, those 4 goals in a matter of 60 minutes in game time, kind of killed us. They kind of did. The last game we had was against Juventus, and honestly, when Herrera scored that free kick in the 55th minute of the game, I was thinking, yeah, this is not really going to be a contest anymore, is it? Unfortunately for us, Juventus don't do much more than that, and, well, they score again later on, but we didn't really turn up in the second half. But honestly, they deserved their win. They were always the better team, and they had almost 3 times as many shots as we did. Yes, we had 4 shots on target to their 7. Their cheek was 1.42 to our 0.44. So, yeah, wasn't our best moment, honestly, and I was a bit disappointed with the fact we did so badly. Conte, again, very bad today, and I don't know what it is, so I'm going to drop in for the next game for Francisco Dai. Hopefully that will be good. And, yeah, 2 wins and 2 defeats. What has that done for us in the league table as of late? So, as of late, we are currently now in a very strong position of 8th place. We are only 3 points clear of the bottom half, unfortunately, but we are better than Sampdoria, who've lost all 12 matches this season, which is why when they almost came from 3-0 down to get a point against us, I was a little upset, since we were almost the first team to give up points against Sampdoria this season. We've got Cotroni today, who've only got 3 points out of a possible 33, and yeah, they're 4 points off the relegation survival thing, and AC Milan are still struggling. They are just 2 points to the relegation zone, and they've just sacked their manager. So AC Milan, for whatever reason, are not turning up this year. They're doing what Fiorentina did last season, which is a bit frustrating. Unfortunately for us, and everyone else involved, Juventus have won 5 on the bounce. I think it's 5 on the bounce, it could be more. Yeah, they've won 5 on the bounce in doing that 2-0 win against us, so yeah, a bit inconsiderate on their part. And they've only lost 1 in the last 10 as well, so really makes you wonder what on earth they were doing, doesn't it? They lost their first 2 games of the season. So yeah, Juventus didn't know what they were doing for the first part, but they now know what they're doing. And I guess for their point of view, that's a good season coming back from where they were, but I kind of don't want them to win a league. Lazio, can you do a good job and actually beat Roma for us? Because we actually need that as well. If we beat Cotroni and Lazio beat Roma, we're back in the top 7. And actually, we'll be in the top 6. So it's even more important for us to beat Cotroni and for Lazio to beat Roma. And also, Lazio will build a 4-point gap over Inter Milan, which is very good for their point of view. So, if we can win, we're in 6th place. It's a good situation to be in. Still, we're going to try and get this win against Cotroni, and we need to do better than this. Unfortunately for us, we're going to have to look at this and say, yeah, Malik has been terrible as of late. I say terrible, he's not been horrible. But the last 2 games have been 6.6 or less, so Ishan, should I bring you in? Oh, that's not a good sign, is it? When every game he's played so far has been a bit questionable. The one of them has been a fullback, so maybe use him as a fullback and nothing else. I mean, this is probably a good game to bring him in, actually, considering it is a game against a weaker side, and he's better as a fullback, but even so, a little questionable for the timing here, I have to say. But Santi will start as well. Obo's been questionable the last 3 games, unfortunately. He's been really good at other than that. And it feels like that maybe the winger role was good for the game against Verona and then the Roma game, but other than that, maybe he's not so good as I hope he would be. And Dai's coming in for Conte, who's had a 6.1 rating in the last 2 matches. I can't play him if he's going to do that badly in 2 consecutive matches. Yes, it's Juventus and Inter, but even so, I can't justify it. We've got to do something more, and we've got to play players that actually know how to play. Probably should take that out, actually, but there we go. Let's see what we can do in this match, and hope we can get all 3 points against a team that we should be beating. Let's see how we do. As things stand, even a draw would actually get us into 6th place, would be kind of nice, but we've got the ball now. Bazzoni on the ball. And I know we can do some damage here. Bazzoni's trying to find Malpelle. Good ball to him. Out wide to Rossi, who is not the only Rossi in the pitch, apparently, which is interesting. Here's Bazzoni. Not sure what they're doing there. Basanti on the ball, though. Finds Dai. Basanti. Oliver Malpelle. That's a really well-worked goal. That is really well-worked. Malpelle has turned up in the goals as of late, and I'm very happy that is the case. He is coming up with the goods. He's 4th for the season already. He's got 5 assists too, so Malpelle knows how to get in there. Rossi and Bazzoni got in each other's way up briefly, so I was a little concerned that wasn't going to go well. But that was good, really well worked. One-touch football. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Okay, it's a chance now, and they had the ball briefly, but Basanti gets it back. Here's Rossi, now Bazzoni. Bazzoni now finds Malpelle. Here we go, Rossi again. What can he do? Gets the ball to Bazzoni, has space inside. Basanti out wide to Rossi, Bazzoni. This is good football. The triangle's working nicely. Dai. Oh, Bot. That's great. Jonah Bot scores again. It's his 5th of the season already, and it's wonderful when he's scoring goals. It really is. I need this kind of football in my life, and this is the kind of football we're producing at Siena right now. If we can keep this kind of thing up, I'll be so happy indeed. Siena are the future of the game, I think. And considering that every single player on the pitch has come from my academy at this point, it's wonderful to see, isn't it? 2-0 at half-time. It's been very easy for us, hasn't it? I have to think Cotrone is actually a Serie A team at the very beginning of the save, so it's good to know that we can beat a team that was 4 divisions above us at the beginning of the season. 3 divisions above us, but even so, good start. Good stuff. You know, I was expecting another highlight in the second half, but unfortunately we didn't get it. But either way, a 2-0 victory against Cotrone, who actually came alive in the second half, it feels like. They had more shots than I was expecting in the first half, and they got 3 shots in the second half. Unfortunately for them, nothing really happened, but we didn't need to win in the end. Sean had his first actual good game as well, which is very nice. Unfortunately, Basanti didn't have the best of games, so we took him off, but at the end of the day, we were in firm control and we didn't need to worry at all, which is very, very lovely indeed. And as things stand, we are in 6th place, but we've got to wait for Roma to play as well, so I don't know what's going to happen here. So let's see what happens in the Roma game, shall we? Okay, so Roma actually held Lazio to a draw. So Lazio, for the first time this season, have drawn a game. They are still 4 points clear of Bologna, who do have a game in hand. And Juventus, despite everything, are still just 8 points behind Lazio, which is not ideal if you've got Lazio. And it's not ideal if you want a new champion either. They've won the title every single season we've been in this division, which is a bit frustrating, but what can you do? Either way, Fiorentina also won, so the gap between ourselves and them is 5 points. We are 6 points clear of 10th place, 11th place, and 12th place. Genoa, Sassuolo, and Atalanta respectively. Sassuolo do have a game in hand, and it looks like it is against Bologna, so who knows? I'm looking at this thinking we should really be targeting Europe the way we're going, and if we can keep up this kind of form, this kind of run of performances right now, then surely we have to look at this and think, European football, surely. We got Bar in the next game, so who knows? That could be a good sign to see what we can go do next. But I want to come back for the Lazio game because it should be when we get our youth intake preview, which for me is always exciting to see. But it might also be back at the Fiorentina game, so we'll see each other at one of those 2 games. Either way though, I'm going to end this here. Hope you guys have actually enjoyed yourselves. Hope you guys like and share this video. And that you also subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a lot. But anyway, until next time, bye and well, good night.